The chaotic scene unfolds on the street outside Count Skazan's residence, where the Knight's Order struggles to restrain a noisy crowd, while Alexia Midgar grimly reports that the victims were killed inside a hidden room, before being dragged out, leaving a dark blood trail past the incapacitated guards. As the princess notes the assassin's high capability and use of playing cards, Inspector Gray connects the witness account of a blood-soaked clown to the targeting of the 13 Nightblades, only for Cid Kagenou to interrupt the rising tension with an exaggerated, ear-splitting shout about how weird the situation is. While the shock of seeing the mediocre pooch at a restricted crime scene causes Alexia and Christina to momentarily lose their composure over his flippant excuse of being worried, Cid directs their attention back to the evidence, pointing out that the 2 and 3 of spades follow the previous ace. Alexia immediately mocks his obvious observation with a haughty sneer. But Cid ignores her insults to explain that card suits carry specific meanings beyond just numbers, casually hinting that spades often symbolize something far darker than the others realize. The group freezes as the connection between knight, sword, and death clicks into place, leading Alexia to horrifyingly deduce that the killer intends to exterminate all 13 Nightblades. A realization that prompts Cid to flail his arms in another performance of theatrical terror. Dropping his act for a split second, the background character points toward a stone column, where Inspector Gray discovers a jagged message scrawled in fresh blood, revealing the killer's name to be Jack the Ripper, and leaving the noblewomen staring in stunned silence. By morning, rumors of the serial killer have swept through Midgar Academy, while inside the Hope family estate, a frustrated Alexia confronts her fellow students, demanding to know why they failed to report that the murderer had already made contact with them. Christina defends their silence as a necessary precaution given the uncertainty of allies, prompting the princess to accept their copies of the evidence to present to the king before her demeanor shifts toward a more personal grievance. The royal abruptly explodes with jealousy over the pair lodging in the same room. And upon hearing they shared a luxury sushi dinner, she pettily tries to humiliate Cid by reminding everyone that the boy used to beg for loose coins just to survive. When the noble girl excitedly asks if their past relationship was genuine, Cid's visceral expression of disgust is cut short by Alexia violently clamping her hand over his mouth, insisting that dating such a lowly creature would stain her family's honor, while claiming she is only worried about Christina's safety. Despite her insults, the princess grudgingly admits to the boy's occasional flashes of swordplay brilliance and warns Christina that he could be dangerous if he strikes by surprise. A tactical caution that the naive noblewoman completely misinterprets as a touching display of sisterly affection. The situation spirals into Cid's worst nightmare when Christina invites Alexia to move into their shared room for protection. And as the princess happily skips off to fetch her sleepover set, the devastated protagonist is left clutching his head in silent, agonizing despair over the destruction of his peaceful mob life. Inside the Midgar Academy hallways, Christina Hope catches Cid Kagenou trying to flee the scene, only for their bickering to be interrupted by a furious Eliza Darsakan kicking the door open. The arrogant vice president tosses a crumpled note at Christina, revealing a gruesome nursery rhyme about piggies dying disgracefully, signed ominously by Jack the Ripper. While Cid feigns disinterest, Eliza accuses Christina of hiring the assassin to threaten her, silencing the noble girl's denial with a vicious slap across the face. Without warning, Musclery Tard steps in and delivers a devastating punch straight to Cid's face, launching the mediocre student backward with explosive force. Cid commits to the bit, ricocheting off the ceiling and walls like a human pinball before crashing into the stone and coughing up a dramatic fountain of blood. As the bullies laugh at the unsightly display, a panicked Christina rushes to the fallen boy, who absurdly claims he mitigated the damage with a slip-away technique, despite clearly bouncing all over the corridor. Eliza leaves with a haughty threat about regretting this defiance, while the scene shifts to the quiet Midgar Academy infirmary, where a nurse named Moo patches up Cid's cheek. The medical assistant marvels at how little damage he actually took. But the moment is interrupted by the Gyaru Nina, who teases her baby brother for getting into a scrap. Nina admits she is just slacking off, but she quickly pivots to business, reminding Cid about his hospitalized sister Claire, whom he had completely forgotten. In a private room where Claire sleeps peacefully, Moo introduces herself as the school doctor appointed through Nina's connections, prompting Cid to internally label her as quite meek. When told that waking Claire might damage her monocircuits, Cid casually suggests letting her sleep forever, a comment that horrifies the two women. They immediately drop to their knees in cult-like reverence to accept his great will, causing a sweating Cid to hastily clarify it was just a bad joke. Satisfied that his role play is spreading around the school, Cid struts away, unaware that the scene has shifted to the dark woods outside the Hope residence. Hidden in the foliage, the assassin leader and Muslery confirm their mission to kill Christina and Kanade while sparing the Duke, mocking the girls for being betrayed by their own father. The thugs discuss the targets, with Muslery writing off Cid as weak paper, leaving the leader confident that their upcoming ambush is a guaranteed win. The video ends here, but the story isn't over yet. Like the video if you're ready for the next part.